What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodik, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into Dragonball Z Dokkan Battle in order to determine which is, once and for all, the worst game mode on Dokkan Battle.
Hit my thought. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my hunger.
So obviously there's a few different choices, but I think today we really want to zero in on our first two choices because this will be an ongoing series of different game modes going up against each other. And so we're focusing on two here, and I think it's the first two that really pop into people's minds when you ask about, hey, if you're playing Dokkan Battle, if you're on Global, if you're on JP, what is the event that you absolutely hate doing? What is like the one that, even though you know the rewards are good, you just absolutely dread having any part of it? And listen, I'm victim to this as well. There's certain things where I'm just like, I know the rewards are good. I know this is what I should be doing right now, but I just can't even care at all to do it right now because it's so annoying. And let's start off with our first entry into this discussion, Explosive Chain Battle. So, Explosive Chain Battle came out in May 2020. A few months later, August 21st, 2020 for Global. This actually came out in like the pre-worldwide celebration for Global, because in September is when we got our worldwide celebration. So this was kind of like the pre-countdown kind of thing going on. But Explosive Chain Battle, let's go over how you actually do. Let's go over the introduction. What Bandai Namco says this is going to be. By the way, we're going to be heavily using, as usual, the Dokkan Wiki, dbz-dokkanbattle.fandom.com. Check them out, support them, do all that stuff. This is a new battle mode where you aim to reach a new high score by cooperating with characters borrowed from friends or guests to deal damage to the enemy. That sounds good, has caused a huge problem. I'll explain in a second. Take down the formidable foe with the selected attacker. In Explosive Chain Battle, the supporters borrowed from friends or guests and the two connectors selected from your own characters are the keys to reaching high scores. And so, as you can see in that little picture, you're essentially bringing a ton of characters into the event. But doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters is who your friends use. Are your friends rainbowed out people, or are they free-to-play people, or are they people that don't spend that much money? So there's a ranking system in Explosive Chain Battle, and your rank will change based on the recorded scores. After the event period, you'll get rewards. In Explosive Chain Battle, building your team with advantage characters and characters from the advantageous categories allows you to deal more damage to the enemy, making it easier to reach higher scores. The icon of an advantageous character will glow, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, there's the Emblem of Cooperation, the Pepsi little coins, as Toon likes to call them, gives you the best chance at getting really good skill orbs. And skill orbs are extremely powerful because they're the only way for certain characters at 55% to gain crit. They're the only way for certain characters in the game at 55% to get additional attacks, etc., etc. So there's a little preview. We're not going to watch it because it's probably copyrighted, so we're going to skip that. But we can scroll back up here and then click on the About Chain Battle. And this is essentially telling you the details of it, where you have to possess 10 Z Awakened Super type characters. You have to include 10 Z Awakened Extreme type characters. The only characters that are usable are URs, are R, SR, or SSR characters, as well as URs and LRs. But the thing is, with these characters, you'll be unable to join Chain Battle if the number of characters you own exceeds the limit. Please note, even if you've joined the event before, you'll still be unable to participate in the event if you do not meet the requirements, okay? Battle energy is really dumb. It's kind of like how the stamina system refreshes, where you gain 1 battle energy and then it refreshes every 3 hours and blah, blah, blah. So that's really annoying. And then it only 1 refreshes with 1 Dragon Stones, which is like, really, dude? Come on. So you have a main attacker in Chain Battle. The main attacker is the person who you think is going to be able to deal the most damage to the enemy. The way that this is going to work is the teams that you put together have to link well with the linker and the attacker. And that will allow, the connector I should say, that will allow your chain power to increase. And the supporter here has to link well with everybody. And the more linking and all that stuff you have, the higher the chain power. Also, if they are part of the advantageous category, then they'll gain even more chain power and all that stuff, right? Same thing with the connectors and blah, blah, blah. And then it's just really stupid, guys. Like, that's the explanation for how chain battle works. If you guys have been playing this game, you probably already know how it works. I don't even want to talk about it anymore, honestly, because essentially what will happen is it's complete RNG. So the 10 characters that you bring in, right? The 10 super characters and the 10, extreme characters are not for you to use. They are actually for your friends to use. Now, the characters that you will use in attacking against the enemy are your friends' characters. So that means that if you have a ton of, for example, right here, if you have all of these characters rainbowed out, right? You're looking at LR AGL Gohan, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Whatever the advantage is, let's just say it's Goku's family, right? Which is not there because you got Gogeta in there. But let's just say, and Trunks, but let's just say it was Goku's family. And you got nothing but rainbowed out Goku's family units. You put them all in your team, boom. That does nothing for you. That helps everybody else. That lends those characters out for everyone else. You will borrow your friends' supporters. You will gain those. They will be lended to you. So, what does that mean? That means that being a whale only benefits your friends. And having friends that are whales will only benefit you. Having just your actual friends does not benefit you. Because let's just say if they're your IRL friends, or maybe it's your friends from Discord, friends from Facebook, Twitter, from school, whatever the case is. If they are not wailing out heavy in this game, and you actually want to achieve a high score in chain battle, they're not going to do anything for you, dude. Like, you're going to get garbage results because they're not going to have rainbowed out characters, 100% characters, level 10 out of 10, fully skill-ored out, link level 10 characters, etc., etc. That's going to be a very big disadvantage. So the first strike against this game mode is the fact that it encourages you to not play with your actual friends and instead have whales play with other whales. That's all they would do. If I'm a rainbowed out, person like Goresh, like the homie Goresh, or like Tiger, why would you want to play with an IRL buddy who maybe doesn't play this game anywhere near as much and has every character with 0 or maybe 1 dupe? I would rather play with another person like Goresh, a person like Nolar, a person like Truth, who's put in, as much time and money, if not more than me, so I can hit top 1% and we can all do it successfully. So it really encourages not playing with your friends, which is, at the end of the day, if you're making a game mode that's supposed to be cooperative, that fails in its first and biggest goal. You failed. So that's a big problem. Number 2, the big problem is the RNG factor. So even though you're selecting 10 characters from Super, 10 characters from Extreme, and they're coming for the fight, you will only gain a small list of them. And it's completely random at who gets added in there to actually attack the enemy. So you can have 8 out of 10 of those characters that are top tier, pure linking power. It's incredible. And then the RNG says that you're only going to get 1 of them and get 2 of the, crappy ones, etc., etc. Like, it can really go badly in your favor. And guess what? You can get 5 of those. And even then, even if you're able to get good characters, let's just say you're not clicking it fast enough. You won't get the damage boost to be able to score highly. Sometimes you can get crappy linking characters like I did during the, I believe it was the Omega Shenron boss. And you still end up in the top 3%, even though you have a worse linking team and you clicked it slower than you did with a better setup. So a lot of times it's just RNG in what happens, and it's really terrible. So now you know why Chain Battle sucks. Let's go over to the World Tournament. The World Tournament came out July 2015 on Japan, December 2015 on Global. So it's been around for a long time, 5 more years, or at least almost 5 more years than Chain Battle. And the World Tournament is pretty easy to get into. You can access the World Tournament page when the World Tournament icon on the homepage appears in color. You can only participate in the World Tournament during the event period. Consists of 4 rounds. Preliminary uses 10 stamina. Quarterfinal uses 15 stamina. Semifinal uses 15 stamina. And then the final uses 20 stamina. It's unlike the Chain Battle where it uses energy, which is separate from your stamina. This uses stamina. It will give you World Tournament points. Knock out the competition by scoring the most points. So you can either just kill the enemies on the map or gain little point icons on the map. Fight your way through the tournament, earn points, and claim the coveted seat of champion. Also get ranked based on your total points to win rewards. There's no limit to how many times you can enter the World Tournament during the event, so keep trying to accumulate your tournament points. Don't be afraid of encountering losses along the way. That's not true. You don't want to lose. You can enter the World Tournament anytime when the participate button is available. You can pick up from a previous session by selecting the continue. Yada, 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 yada. So let's just scroll down and go to tournament points, okay? Performance in World Tournament will be judged by the number of your tournament points, which can be earned through winning the rounds or battles in the preliminary, as well as stopping at certain tiles. Your total tournament points represents your overall performance. When the tournament is over, all the points will be added to your tournament points. However, if you're defeated or choose to quit a battle, only half of the points you earned will be added. To play it safe to become a champion, make your choices strategically. So the rankings are based on your total points. So as you keep on accumulating more and more wins and getting more total points, you'll keep on climbing the tiers. So as you can see, you go from the Pilaf tier to the King Choppa tier to the Hercule tier, Videl tier, Master Roshi tier, Korin tier, Kami, King Yama, King Kai, Supreme Kai, Elder Kai, and then Beerus tier. So that's all the way up there. Friends, you can use one friend character, but they will not give you their leader skill, meaning their leader skill will not be active. Bonus points. So sometimes a bonus team will end up in the round, and if you kill them, you'll get even more bonus points, as you can see here for bonus teams. Bonus points. So this is essentially saying as you get more and more wins, they'll add multipliers to get more bonus points. So this is broken down into 2 different types of rewards, local and then global. So there's a win streak bonus. As you keep winning more and more, you will gain a higher multiplier. You can also add difficulty. So it starts at 1.0, and then you can go all the way to 30 times difficulty, meaning the enemy has more health, more HP, more defense, all that stuff, more attack. So you're going to want to be able to clear this out as fast as possible. Speed is the name of the game. Survivability, not really. Offense, 100%. So why is that important? Because let's click over to tactics. And let's look at some of the old teams that people used to use. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. This was a team all about just blasting away your enemy, hitting as much damage as possible. This is not necessarily that good anymore. What this is good for was Tech Majin Vegeta doing an AoE damage to everyone. But unfortunately, since he's an older character with lower stats, the amount of damage that he does as 30 times is just not enough. So if we scroll down and just get out of here, you're going to see a team that everyone uses, which is this one here. Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Don't really pay attention to any of these other characters. You're probably not going to be using these units. So this is actually a team that is more in line with what I use, which is a movie boss Broly main leader, because he AoE attacks everybody. And when you're in the World Tournament, you're facing an entire team of people, so you want to be able to wipe them out as fast as possible. Also, Broly gives himself a massive amount of ki, so he's always going to be able to super attack. Now, you also bring in Tech Jacko and Intelligence Chaozu because they stun everyone on their turn. So if they show up, they make sure you cannot be hit that turn. And then last but not least, you're going to bring LR Broly and then a few supports to give him enough ki, because unfortunately, he is very ki hungry. He doesn't give himself ki like the physical Broly does. LR Strength Broly needs that ki. Those two provide it. So very good there. And LR Broly also has the ability to super attack a second time. And it's also an AoE super attack like physical Broly. So he's essentially a more DPS-oriented physical Broly. It's just a little bit harder to get his super attack off. Why does this game mode suck? Because you're looking at it and you're like, okay, there's a little bit of strategy involved. I can kind of dig it, right? Like, it's got some cool little things here. It's not super RNG based like the chain battle is. Well, that's the thing. Chain battle gives you 5 tries a day, and they kind of calculate it where they say, okay, if you do it 5 times a day, the amount of time that it's in the game, I think it's usually like 5 days or 6 days maybe, you will be able to clear out all the missions, well, most of the missions, such as like accumulate this amount of points and do this and do that. The only thing that you're not going to be able to do most of the time is clear the hurdle of 100 million points. If I remember correctly, it's 100 million points in one shot. Very difficult to do unless if you're whaled out completely 100%ed for most things. Whereas in the World Tournament, it's the opposite. You're not able to just one-shot it. World Tournament, you have to grind for as long as it's around. 3-4 days it's around. There are people that have sleep schedules of 2 to 3 hours per night while the World Tournament is going on. Meaning they're grinding for 20, 21 hours every single day in order to accumulate as much points, because it is a speed run. You are speed running, and it's also a marathon. You're trying to complete each World Tournament stage as fast as possible and get in as many as possible in the time frame of when World Tournament is open. So it's on the exact opposite. It's not RNG based at all. It's not, you take a swing, and if you strike out, you go back to the, dugout and get pissed because you got a bad changeup. In this, it's you keep on batting over and over and over. It's batting practice if it was over the course of 4 days, and you want to accumulate as many home runs as possible. So for someone who's a grinder who absolutely loves mindless game mode, then this is probably the one for them. But for those people that just are only looking to log into the game for 30 minutes a day, 40 minutes a day, this is terrible, because you'll probably get to like 5 million points over the course of a few days. And guess what? To be able to recruit the new card, the new character that gets added, like for example, when we get the 36 World Tournament in a few weeks, you won't be able to get that Goku because you need to get like 23 million points, I believe. And there's no way you'll be able to accumulate that by just hitting 30 minutes of World Tournament every single day. So this is not meant for people that don't play the game much every single day. This is meant for the grinders. This is meant for the people that can just put their hard hat on and just do a mindless task over and over, use stones to refresh their stamina over and over, and just be, have a huge screen time engagement over the course of the World Tournament. Whereas the chain battle is completely the opposite. It is more of a you jump in, you jump out, and then you roll the dice and hope that you can get a win. Now, who goes to the next level? Let me know in the comments below. Is Explosive Chain Battle the worst game mode, or is the World Tournament the worst game mode? And what's going to happen is, based off of your answers, I will put it up against my answer, and we will make another video. And so that winner will proceed to the next level. And this is just one side of the bracket. We're going to have 2 more events on a different bracket. They'll go head to head. And then the winner of that one, the crappier version, the crappier game mode, will proceed and face off against the winner here. Now, I will tell you my winner right now, and hopefully this doesn't influence you. I think Chain Battle is worse. I honestly think Chain Battle is worse because Chain Battle is completely random for the most part. Even if you put in a ton of time and effort and customization and strategy and tactics, it can still get screwed over the majority of the time by RNG. Whereas with the World Tournament, it's literally just effort. You put in the effort, you put in the time, you'll be fine. You don't even need a ridiculous amount of cards, right? To do well in the World Tournament, you need one of two cards. You need the LR Broly or the physical Broly. Those are your best chances at winning. If you don't have either of those characters, whatever. You can use LR Physical Krillin, who's a free-to-play character, by the way. You can use LR Nappa Vegeta. You can use LR AGL Majin Vegeta. All of those teams will be able to work. And then you have a lot of like older teams here that could potentially work with these style of characters. But there are a lot of units that are possible to be brought along to excel in the World Tournament. Whereas in Chain Battle, you have to rely on your friends being decked out, or else you have no chance at getting the upper levels of rewards, which absolutely sucks. But let me know in the comments below, who is your winner? Is Chain Battle worse or is World Tournament worse? Be here for the next few videos to see who ends up taking this all home. To do that, you have to be subscribed. You can click the blue join button, become a Boomer Elite and Boomer Champion like Chris Gonzalez and Wolverine Gaming, or you can do it the free-to-play way. Go ahead and gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodik. See y'all in the next video.